All right, there we go. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. We are in for another exciting week. We're doing another challenge this week, and I'm so excited about it. We did the 1K in 1 week challenge about 2, 3 weeks ago, and it went so good. So I was like, let's do another challenge just because I felt like I got a lot of connections. I was able to meet some of you, talk to you in the DMs, and that's what I really want to do. So I want to be able to help. So I know we have a lot of new people inside the group. So if this is your first time here, let me know down in the comments. And of course, if you're catching the replay, I want you to do hashtag replay and let me know down in the comments also. If you see me looking down, it's not because I'm distracted. It's because sometimes my comments don't come up on my laptop or my phone. So I just really want to make sure that I can see y'all. Um, Got it. So, hey y'all, happy Monday. So, we're going to talk about something that may sound a little controversial, right? Which is how to become more popular online. So, drop your name, your business, and what you do in the comments. Y'all know my rule of thumb. Always introduce yourself. It doesn't matter if it's two of us in the room or 2,000 of us in the room. Make sure you are always popping your ish, telling people who you are, what you do. You never know who's watching, especially if you're looking to do the very things that we're talking about tonight, which is become more popular online, to grow your influence, grow your audience. And I'm excited about tonight. And tonight's live, I guess, is like really humbling to me because it makes me kind of reflect on my own journey. Y'all know a lot of what I teach is rooted in just what I believe in as a person, as a woman, and as a brand. Is not for everybody. You know, my brand Conquer is really about being seen and putting yourself out there and showing up, and that does not work for everybody. That's not everybody's cup of tea. However, over the past couple of years, I've been able to meet so many women who are full of just, they have amazing spirits, amazing ideas, and truly the only thing that's holding them back is their fear of being seen. And that is my goal, is to help women conquer their fear of being seen, because we have one of these in our hand all day, every day. And I really want to teach women entrepreneurs how to leverage that to grow their influence, become more popular, which ultimately I'm sure your goal is going to be more freedom, more impact, right? So let's see who we got in the comments. Hey, Denisha. We got Simone. Shout out to my girls in the Conquer Club. So if you're in the Conquer Club, do hashtag Conquer Club. And if you're catching the replay, do hashtag replay. Come on, y'all. Be bold enough to introduce yourself down in the comments. Be bold to tell people you're in the room, what y'all do. Y'all know that's my thing. If we're somewhere and they're going to be like, who's in the room? I'm going to put my arm up and be like, hey, Deb is here. I've been in a room where I'm not a speaker. I'm not nothing. I'm just sitting in the audience. And at the end, they're like, anybody got a question? I do. Hi, everybody in the room. My name is Deb. My brand is Conquer. I do this. And this is my question. Like, I'm never not taking an opportunity, especially if your goal is to grow your impact, to become more popular, to have more people meet you and get to know you, and of course, pay you, okay? So I got my girls from the Conquer Club here. Hey, Ashley. So Simone, she said, hey, y'all. Hey, my name is Simone, and I'm a custom jeweler. I specialize in creating personalized jewelry and affirmation jewelry. I love it. Shout out to you, Simone. I love it. Hey, look at my girls in the Conquer Club here. All right, Denisha says, I'm Denisha, owner of Jewels by Denisha. Shout out to Denisha. I ordered some earrings from her, and they are so cute. I wore them, actually, at my client's event this weekend, where I share an amazing line of $5 fashion jewelry and accessories. I'm going to pin this because I love it. I think that is so key, and I just want to point this out. Y'all know sometimes I ramble, but it just is what it is. I want to point out that some of the ladies that follow me, they don't actually have, they are part of an MLM, right? So Denisha does paparazzi. And I don't know about y'all, but y'all ever follow people who do paparazzi, or the people who did It Works, and it's all just robotic. They all do it the same, and it's scammy. Not Denisha. She is straight to the point. She tells you what she does. And it's not scammy. It's not robotic. It's not just a copy and paste. And it's straight to the point. She said, I share an amazing line of $5 fashion jewelry and accessories. I love it. I love that for you, honey. Way to be clear. Way to be bold. Way to people tell it what it is without copying and pasting. And that's going to be a big part of what we talk about throughout this week, is the resistance to just copy and paste what everybody else is doing, which I feel like was one of the really unique things that I did and brought to the marketplace, and why I was able to just kind of soar past some of my competition during that time. All right, shout out to Ashley, Denisha, and Love from the Conquer Club. Ashley says, my name is Ashley. I am the owner of AR Financial Solutions. I specialize in business services, tax preparation, and notary services. I love it. I love it. Way to show up for yourself. Thank you for the girls for being bold in the comments. Thank you for being bold. Thank you for being bold. Hey, Keita. Keita says, hey, girl. Hey, I'm Keita Love in Vegas, baby. I'm a pleasure advisor. Keita says she's a pleasure advisor. Okay, I'm a pleasure advisor. I sell pleasure products and lingerie. Help make people happy. Listen. If that ain't no introduction, I don't know what to tell you. This is why I'm also so proud of some of the women that have been connected to me for some time, because I'm just able to, I know what y'all do because some of y'all I follow. Like, I know that Keita, sells novelties and lingerie items, but the way that she presents it, it's a way that's very straightforward. It's very short, and it's also intriguing, right? If you're taking notes, remember this. Some of my storytelling needs to be intriguing. Write that down. Some of my storytelling needs to be intriguing. It's so intriguing. Pleasure advisor, right? So I love that. She said, thank you, Deb Learning. Oh, girl. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so question. I really want to get y'all's thoughts on this. So I've got a couple of people watching. Again, if you're new, let us know down in the comments, especially if you're new and you're like, why is it? You have to introduce yourself here. If you're watching and you got a business, and connect with the people that are in the comments, especially people who do the same thing as you, especially if somebody does the same thing as you. Connect with them. That's such a big thing. Okay, so I have a question for y'all. What makes someone popular? Let's talk about that right quick. What makes someone popular? So when you heard me talk about this, and I said, I want to teach you how to become more popular online. Like, what does that look like to us? And I want to share just kind of my experience with this, what I did to kind of change this for me. What we're going to be talking about tonight is not about how to... I use popular, but what I really want to say is growing your impact, right? I think that was a big thing. So how do I grow my impact? How do I touch more people? How do I make more money? And how do I become known in different markets, in different areas, right? So I'm sure all of y'all know it's one thing to do this online, and it's another thing to do it offline. They work differently. Simone says gossip. That's very true. And you know what that speaks to, Simone? Is an element of controversy. An element of controversy. And I have had too many instances when I first started. The only thing that I wanted was to be liked. The only thing I wanted was to be liked. And that is not the key to growing your impact. That is not the key to getting popular. The only thing that you want to do is be safe and be liked, that is not the key. Okay? There has to be an element of controversy. Okay? All right, Janasia, you're up. She says, hi, I'm new. Hey, Janasia, welcome. I'm from Newport, Rhode Island. I own a digital marketing agency helping small business owners create an online presence. I love this. So you should be able to help me, Janasia, too, in the comments. I would love for you to share some of the things that you think, because you are kind of in the same line of work that I am, where I help people, just increase their online presence. Denisha says their authenticity. That's a big one. Y'all know that's something that I always talk about. Okay? All right. So I really want you to put in the comments, what makes someone popular? And then I also want to ask you this question. If you want to be popular, you can give me a yes or a no. Are you willing to receive backlash? Yes or no? Give it to me quick. Are you willing to receive backlash? Are you willing for people to come in and say, I'm unfollowing you? Are you willing for people to make a post or share what you talk about and completely disagree with it. Ask yourself real quick, yes or no. Are you willing to take the unfollows, the disagreements, the trolls? Yes or no? Give it to me quick. Give it to me quick. Are you ready for that? If you share something that's really heartfelt to you, you post it online, and somebody shares it and like, this is dumb. I don't know why y'all know how to be online. Okay, all right. So Tiana says yes. Simone says kinda. Love says yes. Denisha says yep. Ashley says yes. Sinidra says okay. She's not quite ready for the backlash, but when I talked about popularity, she says their relatable message. I love that. That's really good. That's a key word, being relatable. Okay. So if you said that you're not quite ready for the backlash, I'm afraid that you might start to skate in a safety zone that is going to hinder your growth. Janasia, sorry, she says kind of because I'm kind of sensitive. Simone said I've dealt with racism and I wasn't prepared for it. And it was for sure triggering. Ooh, you used a good word. I think that this is something that I want to be really transparent about as someone that has definitely not anywhere where I want to be. But if I go back to my business, right? This is 2024, 3, 2. In 2022, I was working with a bomb marketing coach. And I really wanted to grow my influence, right? So I was online. Y'all know that was during the pandemic. Coaching has shifted so much. It's not booming like it used to be, but coaching was booming so much and I was doing so good online. And she was like, you need to start doing in-person events. And I was like, who? She was like, you. I was like, no. Nobody will ever come see me. That was my mindset at the time. I was like, no, people would not come see me. And I was like, well, my first thought was, I'm not even popular enough or anything like that to be able to go to a city. Of course, I proved myself wrong. And we did events in 2022 in about 4 cities. We did events last year. And of course, this is going to be year 3 for doing in-person events, which is just wow, which is wow. So I went through the different stages, right, of going from nobody knows who I am except for the people that's on my page from high school, to having some bit of growth, to being able to really take it to the next level. And then, of course, to the point where I can do in-person events in different cities where I'm just saying, hey, I'm coming to Atlanta, I'm coming to New Orleans, I'm coming to Chicago, and people pull up. So it's not that, again, I'm where I want to be, but I want to kind of talk about some of the things throughout this week, right? So this is going to be a week-long challenge, ladies. I want you to be able to take notes. I want you to be able to take some of the things that I talk about, and maybe it can work for you, maybe not. But I'll talk about what really worked for me, right? And what has worked for some of the people that I've worked with. And maybe you can apply some of these things and it works for you. Okay? This is just what worked for me. But I want to share. I want to be transparent as I go into year 3 of doing my events. So shout out to my ladies in Dallas that are coming. The first event of this year is going to be, and of course, my networking tour is called Conquering Cocktails. We've done Conquering Cocktails in Birmingham, in Atlanta, in Memphis, in New Orleans, here in Dallas. Did I say Chicago? We did Chicago. So we've done Conquering Cocktails at a couple of different cities. It's been amazing. So we're going to be kicking off Conquering Cocktails on Saturday, April the 6th here in Dallas. We're going to do a Jamaican style lunch. We're going to have complimentary mimosas for all of the girls that come. And you can just come and hang out with me, network with some of the other ladies that are in the city. The ladies come and honey, they be laughing. They be crying, they be exchanging stories, they be sitting around talking for forever afterwards. And it's just a good time. It's a good time for me to come to different cities, meet women, and also to visit some Black-owned businesses in those areas. So I'm excited about it. That's my way of really, I told my last coach, I was like, I love traveling. Y'all know if y'all follow me, I love being outside. And I was like, I really want to incorporate that into my brand. And she was like, well, why don't you just travel from city to city and just do your thing? Do what you do on live, but do it in person. And I was like, oh my God, it's so awesome. So I, of course, have been able to graduate through these steps. And again, I just want to share some of the things that I did during those times. What you're seeing right now is me being an online coach for years. I started, this is year 5, right? So don't think that what you're seeing today was me being consistent for 6 months. No, this is the result of me being consistent for going into the 5th year. And Conquer will be 3 years old this year. Okay, so this is me being consistent over this time. Okay. All right, let me make sure. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to have this challenge all throughout the week. And if what I say with you really resonates with you, I'm going to make sure that I have the link to the Conquer Club pinned below. Y'all, if you're in here and you're a part of the Conquer Club, just, if you can, share what you think about the Conquer Club. This is my mentorship group. These are the women that I get on Zoom with every Tuesday night and talk to them and coach them and love on them. It's inspiring. It's fun. This past week, we had a makeup artist come and teach us how to beat our face. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be getting with all of the ladies, and we're going to set all of our goals for April. I'm going to make sure they have their content. And it's just a great community of women to talk with, to get advice from. And then, of course, you can learn from me up close and personal. So I have the link to the Conquer Club down below. So you can click that. It is set at $90 per month. It's a month-to-month commitment. Once you pay, you'll download the app. You can go in, set up your profile, and go ahead and RSVP for the upcoming class. After we set our goals for April, I'm going to have a coupon coach come inside the Conquer Club, and she's going to teach us how to do some couponing on our everyday stuff, right? So our washing powder, the toothpaste, the paper towels, the tissue. I want to learn how to coupon on that type of stuff without getting into it so heavy, but, you know, want to save some money. So I got a coupon coach coming in. So I'm excited. The Conquer Club is dope. Then the ladies will be linking up here in Dallas. We'll be linking up in Atlanta in July. So I'll be dropping the link for that. And then we'll be linking up in Memphis this year, of course, also in my hometown. So, woo, I can't even believe, well, I can't believe it because it's me. But just to have that going on is really dope. So with the popularity, again, we'll be talking about that all this week. But I really want to dive into tonight's lesson. Okay, so if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down, okay? So tonight's lesson is 2 parts, really simple, really easy. Be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. And I'm about to teach you how to do that. Be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. So in one sentence, tell me why I should follow you. I posted this question earlier and I did have some people answer. In one sentence, tell me why I should follow you. In one sentence. In one sentence, tell me why I should follow you. Okay, so let's break this down. So I'm looking at my notes, right? Being redundant with your message. I think that this is something that I misinterpreted. So I had the mindset that I was like, I'm talking about the same stuff every day. I gotta be able to, I need to be switching it up. I need to be switching it up. I was constantly telling myself, and have you ever thought that to yourself, right? You're like, I talk about the same stuff every day. I need to be switching it up. I need to be switching it up. That was a mindset I had at the time. Why did I think that way? Does anybody feel that way? You're like, I talk about the same stuff over and over. We're supposed to. We're supposed to. I think sometimes we forget that people are following, like, they're following you and probably 8,000 other people. Right? They're following so many other people. They're following so many other people. And it's okay for you to be redundant in your message. Let's think about if you followed a makeup page. Let's think about if you followed a makeup page. Wouldn't you expect them to talk about makeup every day? What if they start talking about cars? You're going to be like, what? Hey, Judea. She says, I encourage women to love themselves as they are so they can feel empowered to take action on what they want out of life. regardless of what they look like right now. Come on, somebody. That's good. That's good, Judea. I like that. Nia says, I do, but with little engagement. Nia, can you send me a message so me and you can chat so I can go back and see what's going on and just see if I have anything that maybe I can help with or pour now. So just send me a DM, Nia, and I'll take a look and DM you back, okay? Because I want to be able to look and see what you got going on. Denisha says you should follow me because I'm a hope dealer. Your one sentence about why people should follow you, it needs to be clear. It needs to be clear and it needs to be redundant. Talk about the same stuff over and over. And this week, I think I'm going to do where personal brands are dynamic, right? So you may follow somebody. Yes, they may do marketing, but they also like fashion and they're also a mom. You can do different types of content, but you need to be redundant. If you're going to do marketing, mom, and fashion content, you need to do those three things over and 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 over again. Because the last thing you want, like how many people want to go viral? They say, oh my God, I want to go viral. I would love to go viral, right? Don't have the desire to go viral or get popular and people do not, and you do not have enough content to binge watch. Because the first thing that I do when I find somebody that I like, I go and binge watch their content. And if you hook me with mommy content and I go on your page and none of that other content is there, like, be redundant. Judea says that sounds good, but I need to do it more on live. Yeah, that's a good message. Nia says you should follow me because I understand how low standards can affect your relationship choices that lead to heartbreak. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. Hey, Quinteria. That's really good. So, Nia, that takes me to the question that we asked at the beginning, and I'm not sure if you were here, because the line of work or the brand message that you have, it needs to be very opinionated and controversial. Nia, do you feel like your page is controversial? Just because I haven't looked. Nia, do you feel like your page is controversial? Do you feel like you are extremely opinionated? Do you have people in the comments saying, I really disagree with this? Simone says, I'm working on building my community. I'd rather have repeated customers than a lot of one-timers. That's really good. Nia says it's not. Ooh. If you're telling me, here's the thing about what you do, Nia. It's so real and raw that if I come on your page and I'm going through that, I'm not saying bully your audience, but I'm saying the content needs to be so relatable and that it's literally causing knots in my stomach. Because here's the thing about what you do. You have to be able to describe how they feel, because a consumer is going to think, if they know how I feel right now, they know what solution I need. Your content needs to be controversial, needs to be opinionated. You need to be, I don't want to say talking at women, but you need to be very clear about why they're achieving the same results over and over, why they're still, getting the same men over and over, whatever it is that you talk about. And then, of course, you need proof of concept. So you're saying you understand how low standards can affect your relationship choices that lead to heartbreak. Is your life a walking, talking, breathing example of that? We talked about that on live the other day, right? So were you the one that was in a situation where standards were low and now they're high and you got your king and all there, you living on the hill? Like, what is your proof of like, how do you know that it works? Nia said, I've been told that I'm too opinionated, so stifled it. Ooh. Nia said, I've been told that I'm too opinionated. Oh, y'all. Just tap the screen. If you're a woman that can resonate with that, ooh, I've been told that I'm too opinionated. So I'm stifled. Ooh, so it's stifled. She said hi, wasn't me, but relatable. Okay. Denisha says, take up space, mama. The info you have is needed. Playing small won't permeate. Your info is needed. I love that sentence. Denisha said, playing small won't permeate. I think that that's so good. So you can follow two different type of relationship coaches. I don't know if that's what you title yourself. I'm just giving an example. Y'all know off the dome like a rapper. The first relationship coach can say, ladies, don't forget, keep your standards high, always be a queen, and if these men don't want you and don't reciprocate, then forget about it. Have a blessed Monday. That's relationship coach number one. Relationship coach number two says, ladies, I've talked to 100 men who refuse to date women who do these things. Number one, number two, number three. Here's my advice. If you meet a man and he do this, this is what, like she gets into it and it's so raw. I'm not saying that it's mean. I'm saying that she's so confident in her viewpoint. She has proof of concept. She's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be bold. She said, go supposed now. Okay, cool. She said, the women folks is hard-headed. Girl. Yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah. She said, I need a relationship coach number two because I was lost. Something had to click. That's the thing, too. When you're providing a service, especially when you're in the coaching space, and you're trying to impact what has worked for me, right, is really being able to, I mean, it's like Denisha said, like if it's small, if it's so gentle 24/7, it won't permeate. It won't have them being down your DMs like, hey, what you described is me. How can you help me? I've had women DM me and say, your live had me upset. I've had women that DM me and was like, you know what? I was really upset, or you really were mean, or you really were inspiring, or it really punched me in the gut. And even though it was a moment of sometimes discomfort, it was a moment of clarity. It was a moment of transformation. It was a moment of feeling seen. It was a moment of, hey, I've never heard somebody be so honest with me. And that translates into, please let me buy what you have to offer. How do I sign up? Do you do one-on-one? What is next for me? How can you help me? Right? So when you help them check those things off, when you really, again, this is why we talked about, are you willing to receive backlash? Are you willing for people to go, yeah, I don't really disagree with that? And the reason why I can resonate with that is because I remember when I first launched Conquer, and I remember, y'all know, obviously if y'all follow me, or even if y'all knew, y'all can tell like I'm me, right? So I might have my lashes done, I have my hair down. Lord, my not trying to curse, just 100% being myself. And I remember the first time I saw somebody talk about my brand and they called it Ghetto, right? And this was when I first launched it. And at that time, oh my God, y'all, it hurt my feelings so bad. I was like, what would they say it's ghetto? To the point, I was so embarrassed, to the point where I went and edited my website because they talked about how ghetto my brand was. Even though I had quit my job, even though I had made so much money, even though I had hundreds of people who had been impacted by my message and what I did, and it was my dream brand, I let that one comment really throw me off a little bit. That one opinion. Now I welcome the disagreement. Now I welcome the different opinions. So again, if you want to be loved, you got to be able to be a little not so sensitive. Quinteria said, oh, that's how I was during our discovery call a couple of years ago. I was just telling my husband Saturday how I wasn't ready. My feelings were a little hurt. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I needed it now. I feel that I'm ready. Absolutely, girl. Absolutely. And so here's the thing too, ladies. It's a journey. It's a journey, right? So if I'm asking God for these big things, or I'm working towards these amazing things, I want 10,000 people to know me. I want 100,000 people to know me. If you're like me and one opinion is going to throw you off your rocker, how are you going to handle the masses? How are you going to handle what you're asking for? Right? So if I want to go and be in front of 10,000 people, but seeing two bad comments about me sends me back into my corner, am I truly ready for what I'm asking for? Or do I just want the good side that comes to that? I want the orders, I want the inquiries, I want the new clients, I want the likes, but I can't get only the good side of it. So I can conquer and do all of those things. However, some trolls might come along with that every now and then. Not to say that you're doing anything to deserve it, but we've got to be honest about what the next level looks like. The next level requires a little thicker skin. Y'all know I talked about this before. The next level requires us to start playing our business for a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Which is why y'all see me asking, what's your sales goal this week? What you gonna post? What you gonna talk about? How you gonna conquer it? How you gonna follow up with people? Right? Playing it as a numbers game. Okay, so back to lesson number 1 tonight. 2 parts. Be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. Be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. Remember the example I gave tonight. If I follow a page for makeup, I follow a page for makeup, I don't want them to randomly start talking about cars or shoes. I want them to talk about something in an atmosphere of makeup 24/7 every time that I go to their page. Whatever it is that you do, think of that the same way. Because guess what? I follow Denisha for jewelry. I follow Rashana for travel. I follow this person for food. I follow this person for inspiration. I follow this person because they know how to do hair. I follow this person because they teach you how to do your own nails. I have all of these things that I follow people for. When it comes to your industry, are you that person that I think about? Right? So keep that in mind. I follow all of these different people for all of these different things. When you need somebody to inspire you, somebody to learn from, I want to be sitting in that seat. And if I get in my head and be like, oh, I guess they probably don't want to hear me talk about confidence no more, I'm going to start talking about how to tap dance because that's what I did in elementary school. No. That could be a little real. I do every now and then. But my main message has to be redundant. My main message has to be redundant. Service-based ladies, those of you that are coaches, those of you that are consultants, the core of your messaging stays the same. You could just present it in a lot of different ways. Okay? So let's say, for example, if I did credit repair, this is not anything deep. Let's say if I did credit repair. One week I'm going to talk about, hey, I want 10 people who want to know how to buy a house in the next 12 months. We're going to do a challenge this week. Bam, that's credit repair. Week number 2, I know a lot of people who've been thinking about how to refinance their home. Let me teach you how to do that. That's week 2. It's still credit repair. Week 3, for those of you that have student loans and want to learn how to get caught up on your payments or maybe even get them deleted, I want to talk to y'all this week. Bam, it's still credit repair. Right? So it's the exact same offer. It's the exact same thing behind the scenes. You can just present it in different ways. Okay? You can present it in different ways. So if you do relationships, this week it could be how to embrace your single season. Second week it can be how to date for the first time after a long time. Number 3, it can be how to transition after divorce. The information is still the same. The messaging is still the same. It can still lead to the same offer. You can just have fun presenting to your offer in different ways. Presenting your offer to your audience in different ways. That same core message can be redundant and should be redundant, because it's too much for you to do credit repair this week and then you jump to this thing and jump to this thing, then you do credit repair 2 months after that. No, week after week after week after week. This week is homeowners. Next week is people who have high interest rates on their loans. The third week is people buy student loans. The fourth week is about bankruptcy. The fifth week is about, right? You can still have fun with your marketing. Okay, Denisha said, I posted about my student loans being forgiven last week, and this lady told me, how dare I say such a thing, and I need to pay my loans. Girl, them student loans, they could come take every ounce of education out of me. I'm not lying. Like a reverse BBL, they can come take all them credits out of me. I'm not even lying to you. They talking about a scam. That's the biggest scam that I fell for in my life. All right, so be redundant in your message and go find people who like it. How can I go and find people who like it? I'm going to just share with y'all some of the things that I did, okay? So when I really started being clear about my message, I was like, okay, so yeah, I do marketing, but the core of why I'm different and how I'm really good at this is because I help women I help women feel seen, right? So I help them conquer their fear of being seen. So I want to be redundant in their message over and over and over and over and over again, right? And then I want to go find people who like that type of content. I want to go and find women who need that type of content. And this is something that I want to put on my agenda every day, at least Monday through Friday. Okay? So if I want to grow on my popularity, I've got to be reaching out to people. Okay? Unless you're truly running advertisement and ads the right way, people aren't unless you're doing really amazing content. People are finding you, but probably not at the speed that you want to be found. So you can go and find them. So I would do that with my competitors. So I would always go and find other ladies who did marketing, other ladies who talked about confidence, other women who were life coaches or whatever, right? Why? I want to get on their lives. I want their community to see me in their comments. I want to share my opinions. I want us to collaborate. So I want to go and sit with my competitors. I want to go and sit with some other people that are in my industry. I have some business coaches that I have connected with. And while I don't really label myself a business coach, I have gotten some insane business just from being connected to them. Go and sit amongst people who do the same thing that you do. You don't have to run away and hide in the corner with them. And that doesn't mean y'all got to open up a business together. But go be seen. Go get in the comments. Go get on the live. If they're looking for somebody to do something with, go. Let's do it. Okay? Local groups. I mean in person. Local groups. Are you outside networking? Are you networking? Are you going to events? This is the perfect time of the year. It's spring. It's about to be summer. Are you intentionally networking? And I know I talk to a lot of moms who are super busy, but can you put something on the calendar to where you can go and connect and be a business owner? Where you can go and connect and talk to people. I know like the Dallas Black Chamber of Commerce here is really good. And I remember when I started my business online, y'all, I was so deep in being online for so long that my husband was like, you really need to go out like here in Dallas. He was like, you need to go and meet people. And I just started showing up to stuff. I just started going to networking events. And Dallas is a huge city. But I will tell y'all that it'd be a lot of the same I don't want to say a lot of them, but it'd be a decent amount of the same entrepreneurs running in, just different circles. They overlap a lot. And I'm sure you'll find that in your city once you start really just being outside and hanging with people. And I went from not really knowing anybody to paying access to be in certain rooms. I just did. To meeting people who introduced me to this person who invited me to this event and turned it to this event. And it turned into, oh my God, can you speak at this event? Or we'd love to have you. And turned into me going places. And people be like, you're Deb. Yeah. It's a journey. So again, this is not, I'm a wave a magic wand or post one viral video and my life has changed. Not the case. That happens to a very, 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 somebody put very in the comments, very small percentage of content creators, business owners, and people who have online personal brands. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You can do it though. You just have to be intentional. And this is why tomorrow inside the Conquer Club, we're going to be talking about our April goals. So all of the stuff that I teach y'all in the group, a lot of it is what I teach inside the Conquer Club. But the cool thing is these ladies actually get to make their plans and they can run it by me. They can talk to me. We can make those plans together. And we can just talk through their plan of action. Right? So some things you can do on the fly in your business. Some of my best content is on the fly. But also, I know in order to make money, I have to be strategic and plan ahead of time. So on the fly stuff does get me engagement. Don't get me wrong. But my strategic planned ahead of time stuff is what gets me sales. And of course, y'all know there's a big difference, okay? So be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. So go connect with your competitors. Go get alongside some more people that are in your industry. It's going to open up a lot of doors for you. Go outside, find some local groups, find some local events. If I do Conquering Cocktails in your city, make sure you come. Make sure you come and drop what city y'all live in too. What city does everybody live in? I want to know so that I can come do Conquering Cocktails there. Facebook groups, online Facebook groups. This is an easy one. Facebook groups. Oh my God. Go and request people. Yo, this is easy stuff. I think that when I talk to people, this is easy stuff that I'm saying, right? But I just think that this isn't something that people do Monday through Friday. Like, so Monday through Friday, are you intentionally connecting with competitors? Are you intentionally trying to find a networking event that really works for your schedule and your line of work? Are you intentionally going into a Facebook group, dropping tips, comment on people's posts, especially if they're asking about what you do or if it's in the same industry, right? Are you requesting people? Okay, so inside of these groups, like me, I know if I'm doing Conquering Cocktails Dallas, I want to go inside one of the local Dallas entrepreneur groups and add 400 girls, lure them into my group with my content and get them to my event, right? So are we requesting people? And again, are we doing stuff like this just on a regular basis? Okay, constantly feed that pipeline, y'all. Are you rinsing your friends list? I had told my sister one time, my best friend is a guy. One of my best friends is a guy. And I remember one time I told my VA, I was like, go get about 500 men off our page. Like, and she deleted my best friend. He was texting me and was like, friend. I was like, oh, my bad. Add them back. Right? So are you rinsing your friends list? Are you paying attention to who engages? Pay attention to who engages with you. If somebody engages with you a lot, pay attention to them. See what they need. This is where your money is. These are the people that are going to refer you. These are the people that are going to put their friends on you. Are you interacting with your followers, not just in your comments, but on their content as well? Right? So if you do marketing or you do confidence like me, I'm not saying come hijack my posts. But this is a perfect place to come and piggyback, share, whatever it is. You don't necessarily got to go and promote, but go be seen. Go get in the room. You not only need your customers to know about you, you need other people in the industry to know about you. Okay? So, I know when I talked to... I was talking to somebody and she mentioned she has another mentor and she mentioned me. And her other mentor was like, oh, I know Deb. Right? You want other people in the industry to know you. You want other people in the industry to be able to vouch for you. My husband is a DJ, right? And I cannot tell y'all how many times somebody has messaged him and said, oh my God, I double booked, bruh. Can you take her this gig? Right? So when we talk about his marketing and his content, a portion of it is going to be for him to get clients, but a portion of it is also going to make sure that other DJs understand how talented and reliable he is. This is a great way to grow your popularity with people. Okay, so Simone says she's in Atlanta, so I'll be in Atlanta in July, Simone, and I know you said saw that already, so that's exciting. It'll be my I feel like it's gonna be my third Conquering Cocktails in Atlanta, which is mind blowing. Denisha in Judea says, okay, so Denisha's in Charlotte, Judea's in Raleigh. Oh my God. Okay, cool. And Janae's in Chicago. So I met Janae at Conquering Cocktails in Chicago. That was fun. Woo. We had a night. The people who got me first year Conquering Cocktails, we had a time. I went to New Orleans, and y'all know we was all on Bourbon Street. They was like, oh, we don't want to go. So I was like, well, we got to go because the restaurant was closing. They came to my Airbnb. It was a time, but I don't do all that now because, woo, you know, the Lord has worked on my professionalism. But Natanya said that's what I need help with. Are you talking about networking and community? Yeah, she said love the info. Okay, cool. Simone said super excited to meet you. Me too. I was just talking to Nico earlier. I'm sure if a lot of people that live in Atlanta follow Nico. And I was talking to her about the Atlanta market and stuff. So I'm so excited. When I had the first one, I had it in Buckhead. It was a really good time. Really good time. I might have it at the exact same place. So it makes me really excited. Lesson 1 for tonight. Be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. Keep in mind, if I follow a makeup page, I always want to see makeup. I don't want to see you talk about shoes and cars. Okay? She said, yes, y'all need Debbie in City. Girl, we had fun in Chicago. We had so much fun. We had so much fun. So, again, what I'm going to be teaching this week is not about waving some magic wand and going viral and have people drool at your feet. I really want you to think about the small things and the small steps that you're going to take. Keita says, come to Vegas. Ooh, girl, that sounds like a time. Y'all know, I really want to do, and this has been something that's been in my head for years, but I'm assuming that God is just taking me on the journey to make it happen. But I really want to do a retreat. I really want to do a mastermind retreat. And so when we start to look at destinations, I looked at Florida and then I looked at Vegas because I really want to do a mastermind retreat. But I just need to grow my presence in different markets more. So Vegas is on the list, girl. Somebody needs to book me out there. I will come in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'll get on Spirit. I'll get on the wing and the luggage thing and Spirit, whatever, American Airlines. I don't care. I'll be there. She said you should. That would be so dope. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. We do a mastermind retreat, a weekend. I looked at the idea of doing my husband coming in. I was breaking in my house on live. My husband went to the gym. That I was thinking about doing like y'all know in Florida they have those huge Airbnbs. The ones that's like, I saw one that had like 10 bedrooms. It had like a spa. It had an arcade. It had a lazy river in the backyard. Of course, it was just beautiful and insane. So I thought about doing something like that, some type of mastermind retreat. But I really wanted to be in alignment with Conquer. You know, that's why, to be honest, y'all, I really wanted to be in alignment with a Conquer. I don't want it to be what all of the other girls are doing, which, you know, that's their thing. I wanted to be in alignment with Conquer, which is why I do Conquering Cocktails, because it's just so authentically me. There's nothing I love more than getting dressed up, getting cute, going to have some appetizers, some food, some wings, some seafood, whatever, having some drinks, and just sitting and having some girl talk. And when I say girl talk, it's, you know, it's about business. It's about personal life. It's just about catching up. It's just about having a space to breathe and not wear a hat. You know, we wear so many hats for so many different people. And, you know, just that good girl talk where y'all just enjoying each other company, and everybody's cool. It's not about, the millionaires sit down here and all that. It's just a good time. So that's really what Conquering Cocktails is. And I'm really excited. When I did Conquering Cocktails in Memphis, it's always my biggest turnout. And I have literally had so many amazing experiences at that event. And I'll be able to share, even when I did Conquering Cocktails in Memphis. And I remember y'all remember I told you I was terrified to do in-person events, right? I was so scared. I was like, "Will nobody come see me?" That's your fear about in-person events. I was like, ain't nobody gonna come. So I did the one in Memphis, and I remember I was on a flight back from Atlanta, and I still got the note in my phone, and God told me that that somebody was gonna come to one of my events, and they were gonna be suicidal. And I just typed the note in my phone because I was just on a high from my event. So I was on the plane and just kind of typing some notes in my phone, and I was crying, and I was just having such an out of body experience. And I remember when we started planning Conquering Cocktails Memphis, we were there, and God was like, "You remember that message I sent you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I went in my phone, and he was like, "Hey, somebody's gonna be suicidal there." And I was like, these folks gonna think I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The entire my event, I was like, forget it. So I was at the event. It was beautiful. It was in Memphis. We rented out an event space. I was all dolled up, had my makeup done, had my hair done, the whole thing. And I remember getting started at the event. At my events, you can expect to hear me talk. Of course, it's not just networking, but and I remember saying, and I have a video of it, and I was probably nearly shaking. I was like, God told me somebody in this room was suicidal, and I was like, but just know that it's okay because I see you, and I know that you're here. And I kid y'all not, I had so many women come to me afterwards and was like, they would just whisper in my ear, "You were talking to me," and I knew exactly what they meant. And it was the impact of that was just mind-blowing. This idea of going to the next level, making more impact, having more people see you, there is an amazing upside to it. It truly is. But I want y'all to also understand how much of human sacrifice you will feel like it sometimes. And that's okay. Just, I'm so glad you were obedient. Wow. Yeah, me too, Judea. Me too. D, she says, "Good evening, ladies. Deb, you look beautiful. Thank you, girl. Looking forward to seeing you when you tour Memphis." Yes, me too. I'm so excited. That's right. We just connected online and you're in Memphis. I can't wait. Judea says, "Yes, that's why I started a dinner social club. I love to go out and eat and talk. It's therapeutic." Yes, it is. And getting ready is one of my favorite parts because I have my vanity here. Y'all know this is my home office. I have my vanity here, girl. I have my wine going. I have my playlist. Getting ready is like a ritual for me, and I love just being around down to earth and cool women where it's not snobby. We ain't splitting no $3,000 check and you only order some wings and a Diet Coke. Like, it's just everyday women who are doing amazing things, and we need space to breathe, to talk, to get energized, to get inspired, have a good time. If you want to stay and linger and have a few more drinks and just kick it, that's what we do, because that's naturally me, right? So even when you think about your business and why do you want to be popular? Like, what does that look like for you? Is it just for the accolades, the love, everybody drooling over you? Is it just that? Because if so, we're going to be in for a rude awakening. Right? Nia said, "I love that." Yep. Denisha said, "That part, the splitting of the bill stuff is insane. Just stay home." Girl, okay. Simone said, "LOL. Telling you. Baby, I done got one sushi roll and a cup of water. And y'all got filet mignon. Y'all was ordering bottles, like. But I found somebody that gave a life hack to that. They was like, don't wait until the end. Go and order your stuff and tell the, be like, all right, I actually got another event to go to. I just cashed out my portion to you. I'm gonna go ahead and go. All right, y'all, bye. I haven't tried it yet, but I should. I tried to do it one time because I knew they was finna spend a lot of money. I couldn't even get away from the table fast enough. I've really been out on these events, and the check came and it was like $4,000. So serious. And it wasn't even like, it was probably like 10 or 11 people. I've seen it with my own two eyes, girl. Yeah. For real. But it's none of that. Here in Dallas, we're going to do a Jamaican style lunch. So you can get your own check. Get your own check. Order your own lunch. The staff is expecting us. I will be ordering mimosas for everybody so that I can just love on you and toast to you. I've done some really cute and cool things at the events. I know, like, I need to order some more of these. I had these before, right? So I have the logo on these cards, and we do a lot of different things. There have been times where God has placed it on my heart for me to put a message in here, and I leave it at every seat. Or you use this and talk about what you want to conquer, and you keep it with you. So I've been having a lot of fun with my events, just doing things that are authentic to me, because when you do things that are authentic to you, they're more sustainable over time. Even with my books, right? So just doing stuff that's authentic to me. I use these little books so much, it's embarrassing. But again, that's why I talk about authenticity. And even me, like, I love to, y'all know, I've always got wine, something, water, whatever to drink, right? So when you're thinking about even why you want to be popular, be clear. Why do you want to be popular? Like, what do you want to be known for? What do you want that impact to be? And list 3 things. Like, what do you want to be popular for? Right? So I want people to have more confidence, for them to be inspired, and for them to gain community. Okay? Why do you want to be popular? If it's just for the likes, the validation, oh my God, you're going to be in for a roller coaster. Because if you're doing it the right way, you're going to attract controversy and disagreement. And the opinions from others that you don't like are going to destroy ya, like they did me. Right? So be redundant with your message and go find people who like it. So if you're wondering about what you should be doing in your business Monday through Friday, you should be connecting with your competitors. So connecting with other people in the industry. Make sure you're getting out in person. Make sure you're inside of some of these Facebook groups. Comment, go be seen, go collab, go do whatever it is that you need to do. Request people that engage with you in local groups and Facebook group. Go request them. Start doing this every day. Rinse your friends list. That's something that you can do about once a month. Pay attention to the people who really engage with you, and make sure you interact with your followers. Go on their page and comment under their stuff. Go under their, like, if I talk about going live, I want to be in y'all's live. I want to comment, because guess what? Guess what they say? They say, oh my God, Deb's here. Deb, I'm going live. Yay, da da da. And other people be coming like, who the hell Deb? You know what I'm saying? Right? Go show up. Again, this is what this is about. It's about conquering your fear of seeing. And the reason why it's so important to me is because I know how it changed my life. I saw how it grew my impact. I see how it changed my level of freedom, right? The ability to do all of the things, right? Again, not where I want to be, but on the way. It's not a magic wand. It's me doing these little things day by day, by day, by day. Nobody's coming to save me. No, Oprah is not going to, I love Oprah. Oprah's not going to see my content and be like, oh my God, Deb Lester, I've been waiting for you, girl. You've been consistent for 6 months. Here's your life-changing opportunity. That is not how it works. Right? That's not how it works. Be worth following. If Oprah did see me, I need to be so worth putting on. This little, like, you got to be turned. Top tier. Own it. Consistent. Be willing to be disliked. Be willing to talk about the controversy, especially if you provide a service, especially if you want to label yourself as a leader, as a coach, as a consultant. You've got to be opinionated, right? I know even with me, it will be like, it'll be uncomfortable. Like when I used to say, my big thing is, hey, if you don't have money for advertising, then advertise yourself. Go live, do reels, post content. Here's the blueprint. Follow it. And I used to didn't want to outright say, y'all need to go live and quit being scared, because what? I wanted everybody to like me. I didn't want anybody to think my content was mean. I didn't want anybody to think that I was singling them out. But those are the very reason why people really start to gravitate towards the brand. They're like, "Ooh, Deb, you talking to me?" They be like, "You in my business?" And I'm like, "Hey, if you will turn up and post yourself 6 times a day when it's your birthday and get on live when you out with your friends, then why can't you do that when it's time for your business?" In a statement like that, a coach that wants to be liked, she's not going to be that bold. She's going to say, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Because you told me you want to do this. And if you want to do this, then this is what's required. Okay? And some people will come in and say, this is stupid. There are other, I've seen where people will say that y'all listening to a coach that's telling y'all to go live like it's not a million other ways to market. Guess what? That's absolutely true. But over here, what this is, we show up. Because a lot of the women in my community, they are not paying for ads. They don't have big advertising dollars. The only thing that they got is a phone, a notepad, a dream, and a plan. And I'm like, the only thing that's standing in their way is confidence. So guess what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to be there with you as you grow your confidence, as you turn yourself up. Because I saw what it did for me. Okay? Absolutely. Yep. Oh, shoot, I ain't even seen the comments. Oh, Keita said the splitting the bill ain't happening, not today nor tomorrow. Girl, listen, when we was picking a place for Conquering Cocktails, my husband, he helps me find places. He was like, what you looking for in a place? I said, somewhere where people can order on their own check. Girl, baby, all it took was for one Conquering Cocktails for me to, they down here ordering... Baby, that waitress was coming back and forth to that table so much. I told my assistant, I said, baby, tell her don't take another order from over here. Nothing but a cup of water. Don't bring nothing. No, ma'am. She said, folks be broken ordering everything up here. Okay, this they only night that to eat a filet mignon. Child, ma'am, bring me some chicken and a lemon drop and a few of them rolls. She said, I got you when you order some more. Oh, Judea. Okay. I will DM me Judea because I need these for Conquering Cocktails. Actually, yeah, DM me, girl. Thank you. Yes, y'all, being bold, plug your businesses. Dee said, Deb, your insight and positive push lingers in my mind every day. I haven't been going live daily or every day, but going live has been getting easier and easier. Thank you for being you and spreading positivity and motivation. Being a beacon to others is not always easy, but it's truly a gift from God. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you. That means so much to me to read that. She says, I'm currently trying to build up the nerve to ask a follow beauty supply owner out to lunch for an idea style meeting. Ooh, do it, girl. The worst thing that she can say is no, and you're right where you are today. And nothing's wrong with that. It's okay. Yeah. I think that that's something that I'm glad that's resonating with some of you, that you're like, yes, we need popularity amongst our customer base. It's never going to change. But we also need to be connected with other people in our industry. There have been times where countless times I've connected to a coach and she called me and was like, hey, I need you. And I'm like, I'm there. She's like, here's the pay. Like, I didn't have to negotiate that. Like, here's everything. I need you. And I'm just being intentional about being connected. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's just coming to, randomly come find you. So again, if we can start doing these things Monday through Friday. So when we talk about, Deb, what are some of the things I should be working on inside of my business? alongside the content and everything else that we talk about, these are some of the things that we want to sit down and do for a couple of minutes. We want to go find people, we want to go engage, we want to connect with other industry experts, we want to comment under their posts, we want to support their events. And sometimes that doesn't look like, okay, let me share my experience. When I was working, and even when I had a season in my business where my income was just crazy, a part of what I considered investing in my business was going to other events in other cities for free. I would go to another event in another city, paying my own way. But that was me. That was a part of me investing in myself, because I know when I get in the room, I know what it leads to. Some of us just need to go be bold enough to get in the room. Next thing you know, I go in the room and they like, oh my God, Deb's here. Y'all, she needs to come on this stage because people need to know who she is. And next thing you know, just boom, 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 boom. Okay? I love it. Okay, Denisha said, I was just coming to say just what Deb said. The absolute worst thing she can say is say no. You can do it. Have you thought to text or email it? Yeah, thank you, Denisha, for coming in and talking to your sister. Quanteria says, I have to look outside of my surrounding counties and cities because I rarely see collaborations. It's all about people feeling like they're being copied or too better than others for it to be. I think that my immediate gut, Quinteria, is that that's coming from lack. That's coming from lack. So I hear that, and I don't disagree that there are people who fear collaborations. I don't disagree that there are people who are mean spirited, who are afraid of you being better than them. I don't disagree with that. I really don't. But I also think that if we were truly, here's the thing about networking and collaborating, you really, really, really have to be bringing value, and the other person has to be bringing a lot of value too. And sometimes they may be misbalanced, or sometimes if the peers, I'll say this, and I'll just say this with love, right? I feel like if the peer group that you're swimming in thinks that way, then I would check self, right? Because if your mindset is abundance, you will be aligning with other women whose mindset is abundance. And a prime example of that is like my friend Melanie. We have so many mutual followers and friends. We do some of the exact same things. We do them very differently, but I could call Mel and say, hey, you want to collab? And it's no question. So I would see self, and I understand that it happens as clicks and stuff. But once I really shifted into abundance, and I'm like, hey, I'm popping. I'm doing my lives. I'm doing my events. I'm stretching myself. I'm doing all of the big things. I started saying no to small things, and I started going swimming, going with the big dogs. But in order to go hang with the big dogs, you got to be a big dog too. Because the big dogs will push you out. They like, oh, you just talking about your plans, you ain't executed. Woo! Can't sit over here. That's how it is to go sit with the big dogs. So if you really want to go sit with the big dogs, make sure that you can show that, and it's obvious that you're a big dog too, and you will really really be able to maybe attract more abundance in your collaborations and your peers. We still got to have discernment, right? There are still a lot of things I say no to, and sometimes people will DM me and be like, oh, I would love to, and I'm like, no. Thanks but no thanks. And I'm not afraid to say no, because again, I have to have a certain criteria. But yeah, Kita says, I would love to go to networking events in other cities. Holla at your girl if you have great networking events in your cities. Ew. Yes, y'all, and mostly I just go on Eventbrite. I'll usually go on Eventbrite, and I've also had a season where I really wanted to start getting connected here in Dallas. I found some local memberships that I had to pay to get access to. So the local Chamber of Commerce, there was another really big group here that has a membership. I paid for those and started going to events, and it just next level, seriously. And we'll talk about also, once you get in these rooms, we have to be able to, in whatever capacity that this works for you, you have to be able to kind of work that room some in a way that works for you. Okay, you got to be able to, if we go in the room and just speak to a few people and sit down and leave, then, maybe we didn't leverage that networking opportunity the best that we could. I know me, I want to know who hosted this, who owned this building. I want to go talk to the speakers. I'm going to be like, I'm finna follow you right now. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my page. Follow me back. All right. Okay, Quinteria said, that's true. I've just been watching so far. I was considering reaching out to a few people until I saw how they were talking about some people, so I never acted on it. Woo! But like you just mentioned earlier, the worst they can say is no. Yeah. Absolutely. She said, we actually had some conversation with Messenger. I'm feeling like it's worth trying because she's in Mississippi, so I'm hoping she's not going to be threatened or feel like I'm competition. I don't like hearing no. It's hard enough to ask. Oh, D, girl, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. If they say no, it's okay. You'll get a lot of no's. And a part of, D, you really should join the Conquer Club. You should be chasing no's. Somebody shift their perspective and their mindset tonight. You should be chasing no's. You should be chasing no's. Something I actively do, I chase no's. Chase no's. I want to reach out to 40 people. I know 35 of them will say no, but if I can get 5 of them to say yes, and that's worth $1,000 a piece, is that $5,000 worth those 35 no's? Absolutely. Absolutely. Chase the no's. It's a part of the process, so it's a part of the math, right? It's a part of the math. And I really don't believe, especially, here's the thing though, do everything you're supposed to be doing. Sometimes we ask for opportunities and they come on our page and they probably don't even respond to us. Be somebody worth collaborating with. This is just our self-reflection, right? I have to be somebody worth collaborating with. If I want people to invite me to their city to come speak and pay for my accommodations, am I worth that? I have to ask myself that in privacy. I have to ask myself that to people like me inside the Conquer Club. Like, am I worth that? And not that you don't believe in yourself, but we got to be real, right? So am I showing up? Can they see that I'm consistent? Have they seen that I've done this before? Can they see that when they invite me into the room, I know how to dress, I know how to carry myself, that they know my story, right? So am I worth these opportunities that I'm seeking? We talked about getting in the room, but what's required of that room? So then it becomes a two-way street, and then we start chasing the no's, and it's okay. We should be chasing no's. If you're not chasing no's, then I'm afraid of the amount of yeses that you're getting. Okay? Please, please, please chase the no. Chase the no. Chase it. I send out a lot of DMs when I do my follow-up Fridays. A lot of them don't respond. But guess what? Some do. And then I get the sale. And I move on with my life. And the ones that said no, guess what? I'm coming back again. I'm like a soul tie that won't leave you alone. I'm coming back again. Chase your no. Yep, you should say, I'm learning that no doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. Maybe that wasn't my door. Seriously. No doesn't mean never. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it doesn't. I remember seeing an influencer just talk about, and you can apply this to any industry, it's just the first example that came to mind. Talk about how when she was just starting out, how she reached out to this brand and they left her on red. And then she also showed how about 3 years later, they were actually reaching out to her and would be like begging her basically to collab with them. So, yeah. Anissa, hey girl. Anissa says, I'm about to get back out there. I'm getting organized and going to start simple, but just start. Absolutely. She says, what do you say? Anissa, are you saying, what do I ask in their DMs? 99% of my selling through DMs is all about what do they need. I don't pitch. I don't copy and paste. I simply want to understand that there's a human on the other side of this screen, and I want to understand what they need. That's all. So even if I sold clothes, my DMs wouldn't look like, hey, we have 15% off today. Why don't you come down and grab your red dress? It's like, hey, Deb, do you have any events coming up or anything special that you want to get dressed up for? Oh, yeah, I'm actually going to be speaking in July, and I was just thinking to myself, I need to buy some. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so are you looking for a, more elegant look or what? Well, actually, I only wear pink and orange. Oh, my God, girl, I got a pink and orange jumpsuit, an orange dress, and a pink dress. Let me send you the link to all three of them. People don't want to feel sold to, especially in DMs. They don't want to feel sold to. They want to feel seen. They want to feel understood. And they want to feel like they got a bang for their buck. Okay? And I don't mean that you're the cheapest. I mean that it was the perfect solution for them. So if I go back to that boutique example I just gave, I would be like, dang, exactly what I need. That's what you want your consumer saying. Okay? And even if she sent me that and I ghosted her, it's perfectly fine for her to come back 3 days later and say, hey, Deb, did you find an event, an outfit for your networking event? I don't want July to sneak up on you. I got a few of these left. Let me know if you want me to go ahead and send you the link to check out. We're going to chase no's. Okay? We're going to be redundant with our message and go find people who like it. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight. And we're going to be back. I'm going to be going live Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. And this was just lesson 1 on popularity. This was just lesson 1. So we're going to get deeper. We're going to take more notes. And hopefully my goal is for you to be able to take what we talk about in these sessions and apply it. Right? Because I'm sure if you're anything like me, you got notebooks and notebooks and notebooks full of notes. But I really want to talk about bite-sized pieces so that you can digest it and apply it to your business. Okay? Be super redundant. Okay? Remember, if I follow makeup page, I don't want them to say, well, we've been talking about makeup every day. Maybe we should start talking about cars. Like, no. It's okay for your personal brand to be dynamic. Okay, but be redundant in whatever those dynamic things are. I like shopping at Aldi. I love confidence and I love content creators. Okay, so that's still kind of like 3 different things or topics, but I need to be redundant. Okay, I need to be super redundant in those things. It's okay. Remember, I follow a lot of different people. I follow somebody for jewelry. I follow somebody for real estate. I follow somebody because they wear cute clothes. I follow this person because they talk about AI. I follow this person because they teach me how to budget. I follow this person because they always talk about new shoes. Whenever it comes to your thing, are you sitting in that seat? So when it comes to skincare, are you sitting in that seat? Are you that redundant that I think of you? When it comes to real estate, are you that redundant I think of you? Y'all know I talk about this a lot, and this will be my last point. Marketing is not about if I put it out there, will they buy right then and now? No, it's about will I be first of mind when it's time for them to purchase? Okay? So I hope that this was good. Thank you, Denisha. Thank you. Anissa, I wish you much luck, my love. I hope that you have some notes and stuff, and we'll do a lot of good lives this week. And we have a lot of good lives from the 1K in 1 week sales challenge too, Anissa. There are some good handouts and PDFs. All of it is free inside the group. So if you need help kind of getting back on track with your sales and your content, go back in the group. All that stuff is free. It's still here. Go download it, listen to it. Whatever you need to do to help get the ball rolling for you, sweetie. And if you need community, if you need help, it's one thing for you to enjoy the group in this capacity, but it's another thing when we get on Tuesday nights inside the Conquer Club and we get a chance to talk through our plans. I get a chance to hear your plans, give you advice, talk to you about your content. I just did a content audit on somebody earlier today. I'm like, hey, you need to stop doing this and let's add this and then let's check in. the next week and see how it's going. So yes. All right, so I will see y'all hopefully this summer at Conquering Cocktails, and we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we are going to be late because I do have to do the Conquer Club at 7:30, but I'm going to be back here at 8:30 Central Time, so that's 9:30 East Coast. 8:30, no, not 8:30, 9 o'clock, because I got to do the Conquer Club from 7:30 to 8:30. So we'll be back here 9 o'clock tomorrow night Central Time, 10 p.m. East Coast, and we'll do lesson 2 of popularity. We got a lot of good info to go through. So if you have some friends that you want to invite to the group, I'll accept people that y'all invite. I can see when y'all have invited people. So add some friends, add some people to the group, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. And of course, DM me if you have any questions, if you want me to take a look at your page and give you any advice. I would love to talk to you, okay? All right, good night, ladies. I'll see y'all tomorrow.